Hey everyone, welcome to the semi-finals of the Pokemon Crystal Full Item Randomized tournament. Today we got the semi-final game 1 between Ergotae and dertswa687o. I'm Garfield Lightning, and I'm joined by Woongi.
Hello, this is Mumi.
So yeah, in this tournament I've not really seen much of what dertswa is capable of, but I have seen that Ergotae and I've definitely been impressed with him. What do you know about dertswa, Woongi?
From what I could tell, Dirt is a very solid runner. He's very good at identifying like different checks that he can do right now that is optimal. But also, from some of the tournament matches I've seen, he's also not too afraid of going for some very out-of-the-way checks for a small chance of getting a big outplay. So it should be exciting to see where the seed takes them, because we might see a divergence in what Dirt decides to do.
I took a look at the prediction on challenge. You can predict who you think is going to win, and I looked before the race, and Ergotae had 100% of people voting for him. So you know, so that's pretty stiff odds to go up against. But I'm here for the upset, so I'm here for it. So
Oh yeah,
yeah.
for sure. And if there's anyone who can pull off an upset, Durst might be capable of doing it depending on what the seed gives them. And yes, for Ergotae, he is pretty much one of our most historied runners for Pokemon Crystal. He has a long history of speedrunning Pokemon from generations 1 to 3, and he also is just really efficient. So
Yeah,
that's why he's very favored.
Yeah, he doesn't like to leave loose ends, does Ergotae? I've noticed when I've been watching him, so I expect that to continue because it's been working for him so far.
From what I've seen, Ergotae's norms are, in terms of execution, one of the best that I've seen. Like, just watching their movements and their decision making is just fantastic.
Yeah, the execution is naturally going to come to be a bit smoother if you run the games. There's a lot of like little time saves that you probably don't really think about if you just play the game sometimes, as opposed to like playing the vanilla game. But I haven't really. Let's see what we've got. We've got Electabuzz. That could be pretty decent. Togetic, that will not be decent. And well, you could see either Magneton or Electabuzz being picked here.
Oh, looks like Dirt will pick the Magneton, but Ergotae will go for the Electabuzz here.
Yeah, some interesting divergence here. Magneton has got a lot of resistances, but it does have that 4x ground weakness. Electabuzz is a bit frailer, a bit faster. They're both definitely workable for sure.
I didn't quite catch what held item both of them had, but we'll see if that makes a difference.
So we see Dragon Breath Earthquake on Magneton, and Stab Zap Cannon anybody on Electabuzz.
Oh, and there's a Ho-Oh on this first route. I wonder if
Level
either of those runners will
3 as well. That's a higher leveled slot here, so it could be worth going back for that. Ho is very strong.
But it might be a rare encounter slot, and neither runner might want to take that chance. Oh, we have an Arcanine here as well.
Yeah, that's another good option. It's a bit lower leveled, but it's very high stats all around as Arcanine. Of course, they do have some garbage like Sunflora, and Exeggutor's another one that it's strong, but you probably don't want to run it because it's all the weaknesses. But we saw Victory Belt here too. That's another Pokemon you can definitely make work.
Yeah, so we have a lot of solid choices on this first round. Bulldog is pretty solid too.
We've seen a lot of slots actually. That's been very, very kind to us as viewers here. Ergotae just goes straight for it. I think you can definitely make a case for turning around for this, but
he runs into an Espeon here. He's level 4.
Yeah.
Could possibly be a very good main switch here. That's belly drum.
Okay.
Physical Espeon, perhaps. And looks like Dirts is also opting to not go back to that first route. Even though he did see a lot of good encounters there.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the time, even if you catch something good on these early routes, you do get the option for a high-level main switch early on, so might just not be worth going back if you have that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Seems pretty common on this route, does Espeon?
Yeah, seems like so. Both runners will get to take a look at that very physical Espeon.
It has bite. That's all I can really say about that.
Belly drum stomp Espeon, anyone?
You could. Espeon is one of those Pokemon that has such good special attack and speed. With one special move, you could try to force it and hope you get something, especially with all the TMs you're gonna get.
Oh yeah, for sure. Speaking of which, we got a TM here, TM 30. Maybe we'll get a look at what that TM might be in a second here. And it's mean looks, so it looks like that Espeon is not getting any additional moves.
Yeah, but you know, we still have a few more items to check on the way to Violet and in the escape rope Chamber of Ruins of Alph, so there's still time.
Oh, it looks like Ergotae will give the berry to Espeon. I don't know when the next level up move is for the Espeon, but maybe that's what Ergotae is looking for. Seeing if he can make it through this early part with just Bite. And see if he can get a level up move that can make it better. So the first poke on this youngster is a Cleffa. That should be very easy to get through. And then the Porygon, so yeah, Ergotae might be able to get through here with the Espeon with just Bite. And the Sky Attack misses as well. And a flinch, so yeah, Ergotae will make it through with no problem at all.
Good stuff. Yeah, it looks like Espeon's next level up move is level 8, so it does need a little bit of investment to get that next level up move.
Yeah, but depending on what we see on the routes, both runners might be able to get some extra experience, so would not be too bad. And our first key item will be the Fog Badge.
Yeah, well, that's nice. I mean, we'll be looking for Surf for, you know, exploration and to slap a good move on Espeon. If we find that early, that'll be really nice.
And if we do happen to find Surf in this early part, that can also allow both owners to look for a higher level encounter in the waters around Violet and Dark Cave, so that could also be an option for the two runners here. Ergotae here will be taking a look at those hidden items behind the escape rope puzzle room. Oh, Dirts finds a Gengar on Route 31. And the expansion card for Ergotae in the escape room chamber. So it looks like, yeah, both runners will not really have any additional exploration access or higher level mains. So Ergotae will take a look at the encounter in Route 36 here. I think during the daytime, these encounters go up to level 6, so it might be a good possible main switch for Ergotae here.
Just to take a quick look at the Gengar. The only special move it had was Giga Drain though, so not particularly tempted by that one.
And ooh, Espeon got taken down by the Kingler, but
Yeah, Kingler does have Sludge Bomb. It's a strong physical move, not a lot of coverage, but Kingler's very, very strong physically.
yeah, that is still the best move we've seen so far.
Yeah, we have 2 good moves on Kingler as opposed to the one we had on Espeon, so Ergotae's going to go with this for the time being.
Yeah, it looks like Ergotae will take the Kingler up Sprat Tower after a quick shopping trip here. And it looks like Dirts will do the same and look for an encounter in Route 36 here.
Pretty light on the TMs. You sometimes see like a fair few more than this early on. We just had the one useless one, unfortunately, so that's forced Ergotae to try and be a little bit more selective with the starting movesets than he might have liked.
It looks like Dirts tried to look for an encounter, but was not too interested. And meanwhile, we have a clear bill in Sprat Tower here. Combined with the Rainbow Wing, we might possibly see an early Tint Tower and maybe even a main switch too. Either the Suicune or the Ho statics. Assuming we get the Squirt Bottle or some type of early access into North Johto. And Dirts is going to quickly save here as, yeah, unlike the Kingler that Ergotae has, Dirts is not really working with a good moveset on this Espeon, so yeah, definitely taking a save there is wise to make sure if something goes wrong, he still has a way out.
Yeah, I mean, Kingler's moveset's, it's a little bit better than Espeon's, but it's still not great. Like, he can't hit steals particularly well with just Shadow Ball, basically. It was his only option for that. And so it's still not ideal.
But yeah, comparatively to what Dirts has, it's not too far off, so...
Yeah, they're stronger moves, and they do at least cover a bit more than Mono Dark.
And the other TM we
It's Stab!
Dream Eater. Yeah, not a lot of good TM options in this early part. So yeah, that starting moveset is going to make a lot of difference here.
If we had a sleep move, that would actually be really good on Espeon. It's just pretty rare that you get the opportunity to use Dream Eater in Rando.
It looks like Dirts hasn't really run into anything that is going to wall him by only having bites, so he won't have too much problems going up the tower.
Yeah, we've seen Mankey from Ergotae, so that will at least resist bite, but I doubt it's going to be able to do all that much.
And oh, we found the Rock Smash TM here, it looks like, so maybe they will try to look for that Rock Smash encounter and possibly the items beyond those rocks.
Yep, this is not logical Rock Smash access because that's only obtained when we get the repeatable access to Rock Smash, which is triggered by talking to the guy next to the Sudowoodo tree after we've woken that up with a Squirt Bottle.
Yeah, that is true. So it's not in logic, but they are pretty close to Dark Cave, so
yeah, I don't think it'll stop them by any means.
Especially because their main options right now are very, very bare minimum. So they might be interested in taking a look at that level 15 Rock Smash encounter And the item checks as well.
And of course, we are just an HMO3 away from surf access, and if that happens to be in Dark Cave, that's something else to consider if we can get that nice and early.
And we'll take a look at Espion's level of move in just a second. It learns wing attack.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's an attack, I guess.
Yeah.
It is super effective against fighting, which resist the dark types. So it's not too bad, I guess, but
This Marif has crunch. That's a slight problem for Dirts.
Okay.
And Sacred Fire.
Oh no, Magneton can't save the day.
Yeah, I don't think Dirts can make it through the Sage.
Megahorn Heracross as the level 9? Oh my god.
Oh no!
That's so bad for Espeon, oh my god.
Dirts okay, yeah, here we go. So yeah, Dirts decided his main choice, his party right now is not going to be able to take on these.
Get that Rock Smasher.
Yeah, he's not comfortable running this Espeon and the other two he has right now, so he's gonna check these Rock Smash encounters early. And considering what we've seen with that Mega Heracross, I think
oh my gosh.
Dirt's locked out by going for this first before heading into Faulkner's gym. And the first frog is a bust. There is a chance you cannot run into an encounter, so...
Yeah, no encounters in the first two.
Usually, to save time, you don't want to run into an encounter, but for Dirt, maybe a little bit unlucky because... Yeah, all three rocks did not provide an encounter.
It'd be nice to see something.
So yeah, at least there is a rare candy. Quick Claw.
Okay, let's try and learn Solar Beam.
And Dig. So
Not
there's
really
some
interesting.
utility to save on some escape ropes.
That saving there, so that if this is nothing, he can just reset an escape rope out, and that'll bring him back to the entrance to Dark Cave, and maybe he'll go straight back in to check the rocks. I'm not sure. We'll wait and see, I suppose.
It looks like he will be going for it again. And yeah, this time he can just save in front of the rock and just repeatedly save reset until he hits that encounter.
Wow, still nothing.
That's 5 rocks in a row. And there's our first encounter, and it's it's a horsey.
I mean, I guess if we do get Surf, then that could be alright, but
It looks like Dirts will at least catch it and see if that can get him through Violet.
Yeah,
Because that's really all he needs to look for right now. And
okay, it has Flamethrower, so that's
and fire. Yeah, and
that's
fire
pretty
blast.
good. Oh, we have that Rainbow Wing on Ergotae's side.
Yeah, so if you're Ergotae right now, you really want that North Johto access so you can enter Tin Tower for all those items in there. And we also have a Waterfall TM.
It's good news for Horsey.
But he has to get through Wagner's gym first.
He's probably fine because he has Flamethrower and Horsey's defense is okay, so he should be fine against Heracross, I think.
Yeah,
So
and the level
Horsey,
advantage will definitely help here. Yeah,
okay, just one shots, there you go.
Wow. On Ergotae's side, we found a Glacier badge as well.
We can... okay. I was gonna say we can use Waterfall, but wait a minute, that's not right.
The Dirts will make his way through here, and that's a crappy with Spark. A little bit annoying, but Krabby doesn't have a whole lot of special attacks, so won't be too much of a problem. And you hear Ergotae teaching waterfalls to Kingler for some additional coverage.
Yeah, despite getting stabbed, he's not going to be using waterfall as his main move. Kingler's special attack is very bad.
Mm-hmm. But for Dirts, when he does find the waterfall, he's gonna want to use it as his primary move for this 4C.
Yeah, definitely.
This waterfall does have, I believe, 80 base power, which is
That's right. Yeah.
not too far up of Surf, so until you find Surf, that could provide a lot of good attacking power for the horsey.
Yeah, sometimes you're kind of a bit hesitant to teach waterfall because, oh, what if I find Surf and it turns out I've taught the weaker Water HM to my main, but I doubt Dirts is you know, going to be considering end game with this horsey, so I don't think he'll think twice about teaching that.
Mm-hmm. The evolution levels for horsey to Kingdra are very far off, so
yeah, they're actually better in this randomizer because we make sure that everything. Every 3-stage line evolves into the second stage by level 30, and the final stage by level 40.
And on Ergotae's side, he runs into Fortress with Thunder Punch and gets paralyzed. That could potentially be a problem.
Oh, it would have been much worse if he didn't have Waterfall, though. Yeah, that's a really good time that you didn't see this earlier.
Ergotae does make it through. And yeah, he's going to give the paralyzed bear to Kingler so that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, it is a bit of a magnet for electric moves, so makes sense, definitely. I hate paralysis in these things. It's just such a pain to deal with.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, Dirts finishes clearing out Violet Tears, so he'll be making his way towards Union Cave and Azalea after picking up the egg here. Yeah, this is a bit of a rough start for Dirts. But of course, there's still a lot of seed left here, so there may be opportunities for Dirts to turn this around. But I guess it is a little bit unfortunate that Dirts is also running a water type, as he'll be running into the same problems that Ergotae will.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking like, what could stop Ergotae but not Dirts, and like if there's a Magneton with an electric move, actually, that would that would be something that Dirts could probably beat, but Ergotae couldn't. So there are options.
They did pick a different starting mon, so they might see a different rival. They will be seeing a different rival encounter here. Maybe Ergotae's rival will have something that Dirts will not have trouble with.
Yeah, Ergotae...
Like Attract, for example.
Okay, well... yeah, Ergotae's rival would have picked the Togetic, based on what he picked, so he's not going to get Magneton on this rival, probably. But, you know, he might just have one anyway.
We'll see if... Oh, Togetic has Thunder
Oh
Punch!
my gosh, that does so much! What on earth? Okay.
Oh my. Yeah, that is a bit of a problem for Ergotae.
Oh, there you go. We were just saying. Oh, that's Petal Dance too, that's not good. That will probably KOs from full. Or KOs from there, definitely, yeah.
Oh, Petal Dance KOs Kingler too.
Yeah.
I hope he has enough revives. He does have enough revives, so he might be able to get through on this. Oh, and the confusion, that might help.
It looks like Aurora Beam will KO from there.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, Sludge Bomb probably does more, actually. But yeah, he pulls it off anyways.
So yeah, that was a bit of a close encounter. Oh, and this Kangaskhan might get some trouble. It is a very bulky mon, so it'll take a couple hits to go down.
Yeah, luckily Kingler's got a lot of physical defense, so we're not in too much danger here.
And the poisons, though. Yeah. I think Ergotae will be fine here.
A little scary, though.
Yeah, that's definitely close. One crit extreme speed could have undone Ergotae here, so... A very close encounter, but he makes it through. Ooh, and we have a plane badge in Alex Forest here. Combined with HMO4, he'll be able to use strength in some parts of the map for exploration, so... That's something to watch out for. And we have the squirt bottle here, so...
Wow, Norse Johto is just right there for us.
Mm-hmm.
We can get that level 40 really quickly.
Oh yeah, for sure. But of course, he will have to fight the sages before he can enter 10 towers, so... He may opt to try for catching one of the roamers first so he can get through the sages, because... Yeah, as things are right now, that Kingler is not going to be powerful enough by the time he gets to Critique. Ooh, we have a egg pump with Mega Kick on Dirt's screen.
Hitting 2 Mega Kicks, that's disgusting.
And it has Shadow Ball. Just in case Espeon was runnable.
Yeah, wow, okay.
Yeah, but good thing both Ergotae and Dirt's found a lot of revives on the ground.
Jeez, these guys hit 3 Mega Hits in a row. Fire Red Runners hate this Apom, I tell you.
And another one.
What
Oh
on
my
earth?
God.
This is ridiculous. This Mega Kick is a 75% accurate move, and it's just hit 4 in a row. He does only have one more Mega Kick, I guess, but so if we can stall that out, we'll be okay.
If Dirt's heals here, he'll be able to tank at least one. And another one hits.
Yeah, he can take Shadow Ball from there, though.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine from now. Yeah, Shadow Ball won't be a problem. Ooh, and the SS ticket right here as well.
Nice. So, yeah, if we're a little bit scared of taking on the sages, getting into Tin Tower, we can just go to Kanto instead via Olivine.
Mm-hmm. But of course, in these tournament rooms, we have. Ooh, there's. I was going to say, due to the logic that we had put in place for Fly, you're not required to take the SS ticket to Kanto in order to get your 2 pieces of Fly, HMO2 and Storm Badge, so going to Kanto early might be a concern without those 2 pieces, as yeah, you will have to bike around a lot, but then we found the HMO2 here, so that's at least one of the 2 pieces taken care of.
TMO2 headbutt there is almost vanilla.
That's a French vanilla item right there. So yeah, before taking the SS ticket to Kanto, I think both runners will be keen on finding both the Fly HM and Storm Badge so that they can just fly back as needed. So having Fly makes sure routing unlocks a lot of your routing options, as you can just fly to different places instead of having to bike around, saving a lot of time. So unless we find a pass laying around somewhere, Ergotae might try to delay Tin Tower until he has a mon that can take on the Sages comfortably. Which could mean he takes on either Olivine or Mahogany, and then once he finds the Storm Badge, he might take the boat to Kanto, find the new main there, and then hop back to North Johto that way.
Those TMs are probably all bad, but the one that Ergotae bought could be Giga Drain.
Yeah, we'll be able to check that once Ergotae decides to take a look at his TM bag.
Horsey will evolve into Seadra at level 30, which is actually reduced from its normal level in this randomizer, but it's not particularly close for Dirts.
It will be. Let's see what rival Dirts is going to face. Hopefully, he won't face too much trouble, as he's had plenty of trouble leading up to here. Meanwhile, Ergotae will be checking all the item checks in Goldenrod here. And he will take a save reset, so he doesn't have to receive the phone call from the bike shop owner later on.
I mean, to be honest, Dirts has only just struggled in different places.
Oh no!
Okay.
The Electabuzz had stabbed Zapcan, and we
yeah, that's
oh,
right. That's
no.
right. How could we forget that? Oh my lord. Well, just yeah, he's just getting Dirts is getting pretty terrible luck with these powerful moves just not missing. He just needs like Zap Cannon or Mega Kick to miss once in a while, and he'll be set. But no.
Yeah, quite a rough time for Dirts here, but he may be able to stall out the Zap Cannon as it only has 5 PP. Yes, there we go.
He stalls out his dig as well. That's great. Okay, well now
there we go. So yeah, very good move from Dirts there to stall out that Zap Cannon, and on Ergotae side we found a high badge in the radio tower behind the radio card quiz.
All these mismatching badges and HMs. We haven't got a matching set yet.
Yep, still looking for that matching set. But at least the 4 badges we found all match up to an HM, so... hopefully we'll find that matching pair to unlock more exploration on the overworld map here. So yeah, Dirts will make through the Alex Forest here. He will find Fly HM. And meanwhile, Ergotae is going to opt to clear out this trainer ahead of the basement while he's here on the first pass. Yeah, some runners will opt to take out this trainer here on the first pass through this section here instead of doing it later when they find the basement key and have to enter here.
Yeah, the reasoning behind doing it here would be that later on, if you come back here with a way higher level main, the experience will just not matter at all from this guy. But like the Kinglers gain about a level from that fight alone, so if he does have to do more fights with Kingler, it could end up mattering.
For sure, and doing it right now saves a bit of movement as well, so all in all it's a pretty good move. And there's not too much time lost if basement key ends up not being found at all. And of course Headbutt is a pretty solid physical move, so Ergotae will be able to get good use out of that. And since we do have the plain badge, we'll be able to get this check down early. To answer a question in the chat, our starting options were an Electabuzz with only Zap Cannon, and then we had a Togetic, which we don't know the full moveset for, and then a Magneton.
Yeah, the Magneton had Dragon Breath and Earthquake. So I guess you could have maybe tried to run it, but it's, you know, it's more specially based, and Dragon Breath isn't a great special attack. Only super effective on one type.
Mm-hmm. Oh, looks like Dirt's entered the basement of the mart before heading up here to see if we can pick up some money items to sell before having to do a buy. Technically slightly slower than going to the basement last and escape roping out, but yeah, but that going to the basement first, while it's slightly slower, is still good since you might find some money items to sort of help you through your shopping trip here. And Dirt will also pick up a sweet scent, so that later on, if he decides to go to Kanto to look for a new main, he can use the sweet scent to sort of speed up that process of looking for a new poke in the wild. And Whitney had nothing, so looks like our progress will be laying ahead towards North Johto. Or perhaps this Kenya quest here. We've had that be a storm badge in one of our tournament races recently.
Yeah, with half a fly, you just it's just kind of scary to skip anything until we get the storm badge, really.
Yeah. And due to the logic constraints, until we find Passling around somewhere along the way to North Johto, Storm Badge is guaranteed to be somewhere before having to take the boat to Kanto. So given that logic constraint, it makes sense to not really skip any checks until you find it. Yeah, worst case scenario, Storm Badge could be stuck in maybe the Rocket Hideout, or that chain of events, or possibly behind Jasmine. I know in one of our tournament races, I think Surf was locked. Something was locked behind Jasmine, and the runners had to take on Jasmine early, which gave a lot of trouble for the runners, so we'll see if that becomes the case in this ROM. And we have a Soul Badge for Ergotae in the park here.
And like Zan suggests, it could be in Tin Tower when we do have those 3 tricky sage fights as well. If we don't have to, if you know, which is a little scary with a horsey, and a little scary with a Kingler too. It's just, you know, it just takes like something relatively strong with a good electrical grass move, and you're kind of a bit stuck. There's the Togetic. The
Togetic was
this is like the only thing that has caused Ergotae problems so far. It's just back to taunt him again. It's like the guy's like, "Hey, you need a revive? I heard you needed these against Ergotae."
Yeah, so there we go. Looks like Ergotae will. I wonder what the Kenya is. That party icon seems like it could have been a psychic type. And considering they do have Fog Badge, trade pokes will obey your moves up to level 50, I believe, so...
Yeah, that's right.
Although, I guess, after clearing a Goldenrod, trying to get your level 10 up to speed might be a bit too rough. So
yeah,
he's not interested.
It's a little late to try that, I think, in general, unless it's something really, really good.
Because that could have been a Mewtwo, for all we know.
I didn't see the icon, so I'm not sure.
Yeah. That particular icon I'm familiar with because I've seen it a few times, and it could be like Mr. Mime. I guess it could be the Jinx line as well, unfortunately, so...
Oh boy,
But it's a psychic type, from what I know. They have that unique icon. And yeah, Ergotae will do the rock tunnel section here and find nothing. And Dirts will also find a soul batch here. Quite catch if Dirts actually did Whitney or not, but if he has done Whitney, then Dirts has actually caught up a lot considering how slow of a start he had.
No, I don't think he's done Whitney. I think he was a bit just too concerned to take that on with Horsey.
Yeah, that's fair. If he did skip it. And yeah, that'll also explain how Dirts is somewhat caught up in the checks here, as the ROM so far has been pretty linear. With, not too much room for divergence in terms of item checks.
Or the immediate Kimono Girls play from Ergotae. So I think based on this, I think he is trying to get a few levels on his Kingler, so he does. So I think he might be planning on rushing Tin Tower before going to Kanto by the looks of things.
And yeah, the levels he gets from here will be very helpful in taking on either Olivine or Mahogany as well. And of course there's the added bonus of if there is a critical item stuck in this Kimono Girl checks, Dirts may often not check it and come back much later to find it, which has happened in a lot of the races so far. So that could potentially happen here as well if Dirts decides he's interested in other checks before checking the Kimono Girls.
Oh, the Storm Badge is here! Very interesting.
Oh yeah, that's very interesting, because now that both pieces of fly are found, what Dirts can do now is just bum rush straight to Kanto and try to find a new main to tackle on this North Johto section here.
Yeah, Dirts did save at accuracy eccentric because he was gonna go through Mount Mortar and reset, but just found flight immediately. So that's fantastic for him, definitely.
Oh yeah, that was very very good maneuver from Dirts there, as he's not comfortable taking on even the rival and burn tower with his Horsey, so he opted to check the easier item checks towards Mount Mortar, and he got rewarded for that. Yes, things like these that make these races interesting is, depending on what the runners are given, they will opt to do different things, and sometimes we get situations like these where Dirts is heavily rewarded for that. But of course, unless we find Radio Card, and Dirts may have to come back and do Morty in order to gain access to Tin Tower, but still, he'll have a much easier time getting through Morty and the Sages if he finds a decent Mon in Kanto. So yeah, Dirts perhaps getting some luck his way after a pretty terrible early start.
Yeah, and I mean, and like you said, he probably only really made that play because his Horsey was a bit too weak for him to consider just doing a bunch of fights around here. So yeah, I mean, there you go. His bad luck kind of forced him into getting some good luck. It's nice to have it balance out a bit like that.
And actually, I'm going to switch the audio over to Dirts here. Actually, no, I have to change back to Ergotae in just a second.
No, we need to hear the roamers, yeah.
Yeah, I'll switch back in just a minute here.
Dirts does not need to win this fight. It should be said. He can. This is a fight you can lose, and he probably will lose this fight. In fact, he's not particularly trying to win. Just yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are a few fights where even if you do lose, it will still let you through. One being the first rival fight in Cherry Grove, and then the Sailor here. Even if you lose, it will let you proceed.
No,
although it does set your fly point to somewhere else. If you, well, I guess it sets your last, I guess, Poke Center point to a different location than before. If you do wipe here. And yeah, Ergotae round 2 with the Togetic with Thunder Punch.
Yeah, I don't think that crit would have made a difference, to be honest. But he has a revive, so he'll be okay. Oh, he has a revival herb, in fact. There you go.
And also a Mega Punch. You know what a menace that Togetic is for both Ergotae and Dirts. And a Zapdos. If it has an electric move, that could be trouble. And it has Flame Wheel, so it looks like Ergotae will be fine. And ooh, there's the Steel type that we mentioned earlier, but luckily Ergotae has taught Waterfall, and that'll help him get through. Okay, I'm gonna switch the audio back to Ergotae now, so that we can take a look at the rumor cries. So yeah, in the chat, if you do recognize any of those cries, put your guesses in the chat. That was Articuno, Octillery, yeah. And then I think there might have also been maybe a Bayleaf, or I want to say Bayleaf, but
yeah, I think that's right. I'm not entirely sure about the Bayleaf, but the other two I'm sure of, Articuno and Artillery.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, meanwhile, Dirts finds the Zephyr badge in the dojo. No dojo skip today.
The infamous dojo skip that arose during the tournament. Not this time. Oh, there's Bayleaf, so we got some confirmation.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds exactly like the Speaking Cry. There you go. Alright, well now we've heard that, we can switch it back to Dirts, I guess.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, looking for the Articuno might be an option for Ergotae, although
I think the Artillery would be better though, to be honest. It's got better attacking stats, and you have Waterfall, so
yeah.
I reckon if he was to go for that, he would have attempted it already.
Yeah. Oh, I thought Dirt bought a sweet scent from the mart earlier. Maybe he forgot, or
yeah, he did, but you get encounters pretty quickly on this route. So he was maybe buying it in case he got Surf, so that he could sweet scent in Vermilion Harbor if that happened. But he doesn't have it, so he has to settle for the slightly lower level encounters around here. Not even looking at the Rapidash though, I think you could make that work. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's got decent attacking stats and good speed.
It'll be better than the Horsey for sure. And oh, we found a Crobat. It's a bit on the lower side in levels, but most things will work better than the Horsey.
Stab
right
Sludge Bomb on Crobat. Alright,
I think you take that. Assuming he can get it in the next 2 balls. Oh boy. And that's the last ball for Dirts. Let's see if he gets some luck.
Oh, 1 in 3 apparently is the chance of catching something in a ball. Allegedly with these settings, but you know, Dirts has beaten. We've seen Dirts beat the odds several times so far with his with his with his Pokemon being like Mega Kick magnets, and yeah, it's so I guess
Yeah.
I can't be too surprised.
Oh, there's also a Suicune on this route.
Yeah, I
With
mean,
Waterfall, that could be a decent option as
you
well.
could make that work. Yeah, I mean, he'd probably prefer the Crobat still, but this is fine. The thing is, if you do want to take this to the end, you kind of do want to hold off until Surf now. So it's not ideal to have to teach this Waterfall if you do catch it.
Yeah, and yeah, Dirt's only having 3 Pokeballs is giving him a bit of trouble with finding a new main in this section, as even if he finds something good, he doesn't have too many chances to get it.
But with 1 in 3 and 3 balls, it should be 100% to get the Pokemon, right? That's how it works.
From my experience running Pokemon Crystal randomizers, 1 in 3 is probably the biggest lie, even if it is right there in the code that says 1 in 3. It sure doesn't feel like it.
There's the Crobat again.
Alright, round 2. It's a female this time, unfortunately, but still, I think you take it.
Yeah, so it will have 0 to 7 DB attack.
And this time, luck goes his way. So it'll have a lower attack DB range, but it might not matter too much.
Yeah, it looks like it wasn't like a super common slot anyway, so you don't really want to ditch that and hope for a male.
Ergotae is going to attempt this early 10 tower here.
Yeah, I kind of thought this is what he might try.
He did buy some X items at Goldenrod earlier, so he might be able to power through here. Depending on what the Sages have, of course. If they have some incredibly tough pokes to deal with, Ergotae might just nope out of here. But Pidgey is a good start. And, ooh, Ergotae found an Aeroblast TM, and...
Wow, okay, so now he's going to have Aeroblast and Sludge Bomb on his Crobat. That's really good.
Wow, yeah, that's really...
And he's got Jump Kick as well, that's also great.
This is a pretty great moveset for the Crobat. That's probably the best you can ask for from a Crobat. 2 very strong stab moves on the Crobat will make quick work of most things.
Yeah, I mean, he was kind of a bit walled on steals before we saw he had Jump Kick, so that's really good. And Rocks too, like, this is pretty much just the coverage he needed.
For sure. And the Explosion no longer needed since Dirt already has Fly Access. And it looks like Dirt will go back to Goldenrod to fight Whitney now that he has the poke to deal with it. Or actually he's going to turn into Kenya first, since he hasn't done that yet.
That Ivysaur on Ergotae's side really tried. It lived on like 1 HP and then used Reversal, but Kingler's defense was good enough that he was okay.
But yeah, looks like Ergotae didn't really run into any troublesome pokes on the Sages, as this is the last Sage.
It's just been, he's just been able to set up on the leads pretty freely, so it's not really been a problem for him.
So yeah, his early 10 tower attempt is going to work here. But of course, this play doesn't always work out, because sometimes the Sages will give you too much trouble to actually make it through. And actually, that was the case for one of the races that I've personally done, so good for Ergotae here.
Be interested to see if he catches the bay leaf, because you can use Meganium. It's not the greatest thing in the world. It's being grass type and grass not having the greatest coverage. Yeah, he's just going to KO it. He's not interested in running Meganium. You could make it work. His attack isn't. It's not like his attack is terrible or anything. I think they're like in the 80s or something. So it's okay.
It's not the greatest, but you can make it work. Ergotae might catch the Ho at the top though, because having that level 40 will allow you to repel through some sections that have high level encounters.
Yeah, what this Ho is going to be pretty big for Ergotae.
And if the Ho is something good and runnable, then yeah, that might allow Ergotae to take on some tougher fights that Derts cannot right now. Yeah, but it looks like Derts has done as many checks as he can in Kanto that he wanted to do, and now he's going to head back to North Johto, as there are a lot of items to check here.
Yeah, I don't think he went to see the fishing guru, and he didn't fight Janine, but he did like the quick ones anyway.
Yeah, and Saffron and the house north of Saffron. But it makes sense, as he does have access to Tin Tower right now, so that's probably one of the most item-dense locations available to him right now, if not the most item-dense.
Yeah, it kind of feels like the seed is pushing you in that direction with the early Clearbell and Rainbow Wing. There we go. There's the...
So that is Surf, and since they already have the Fog Badge, that is a lot of item checks opened up now. They can surf through the water. And for Ergotae, if the Ho is nothing good, then he can always head to Kanto and look for those Vermilion Harbor surf encounters as well, as those go up to level 38 or 39.
Yeah, it can be up to 39.
Although Ergotae hasn't decided to head towards Mine Mortar yet, where Storm Badge is, so yeah, we'll see what he'll decide to do after Tin Tower. I'd imagine he does not want to head to Kanto before having that Storm Badge. Now, actually, might be... Actually, no. I think right now, after Tin Tower, Mount Mortar is probably the next most dense location for Ergotae, so he'll likely make his way there and find a Storm Badge along the way. There are not too many things in other directions to distract him right now. So we'll take a quick look at the Poa here. And Ergotae will save, just in case it's something he'd like to catch.
Well, I don't think you'll be interested in this.
But Tin Tower was required just so you can have Surf. Which of course is huge.
So now, in other words, we still don't actually know whether it's required yet.
And Ergotae will find a Storm Badge here, so that'll open up a lot of options for him in terms of routing, as he does have Surf as well. My predictions for Ergotae's routing would be cleaning up Mount Mortar into doing Mahogany.
I don't know, this Kingler still isn't great, I think.
Yeah, there you go.
I still think he might... He might, like, check over the Mahogany area, and, like, he might even fight the Red Gyarados, but then I think he might go to Kanto. And get something a little better than this Kingler.
Yeah, probably would have done that in this situation, but we'll see. Ergotae might feel like he can take the rocket with the Kingler.
Yeah, I mean,
least
he
get the
can.
flag point.
I don't think there's any question that he can, but like, if you, I think it's just nice to get levels on something you're actually going to use long term if you're going to be doing that.
Yeah, that's true. And for Prism in the chat, I think the other one was an Octillery, and then this weekend was a Bayleaf. So definitely, if you're gonna do Rocket Hideout, getting the experience on the right one will be pretty important for that. All that experience you're getting from all those fights. Well, at least get the fly point, I think. So you can come back to here much more easily. And looks like there's nothing in this part of Mount Mortar, only a few Ultra Balls here, so it's Ultra required. Here we go, Ergotae will head this way. That'll at least unlock the fly point for him.
Unfortunately, can't cut the trees down around here yet. Doesn't have that HM.
He'll be able to check this one item, and looks like he'll at least get the fly point for Lake of Rage, so he can come back here later.
Maybe he'll switch to the shiny.
That is a... yeah, it will take a lot to switch to shiny in this case.
Okay, maybe not.
Yeah, the Ponyta is not gonna give him any hesitation. In one of my personal races, I've switched once, but it was only because it was a Raycow with, I think it was Thunderbolt. That was the only reason why I switched.
Well, okay, so I can forgive you for that. But yeah, he's going to be doing a bunch more surf checks at the moment, it looks like.
Yeah, and it's not a bad idea right now.
I mean, of course, even if you don't get anything required here, you know, the more HMs you can get, the easier it is to main switch to something.
And for example, if you find Cut laying around, you'll be able to do more checks in Kanto once you get there as well. Now, getting these easy fights that are not locked behind fights first can be a good idea. And Ergotae will... Ergotae decides not to check the one item south of Goldenrod before the soft stand. Looks like he'll just head to Olivine now, and like you said, he'll probably look for that main switch in Kanto now.
And it's not having too many problems on Morty. He was like put to a little bit low health by Steelix's Hyper Beam, but he's okay, and I can't imagine he'll have any trouble on the stages with this Crobat.
Yeah, for sure. That is one problem the Crobat will have, is Rock types and Steel types have a lot of defense, so even while using Jump Kick, they can take a few hits, so...
Yeah, Crobat's special attack is not awful. Like, once he gets Surf, he might consider teaching it.
Yeah, for sure, because all the mons that he's worried about using Jump Kick for are very physically bulky, except normal types, so... Yeah, I think it'd be highly worth it to have Surf just to deal with those pesky Rock and Steel types. After the stages, Dirts will get his surf axis. And it'll be interesting to see if Ergotae takes the same path as Dirts and only do a few easy checks and then head back to North Johto, or if he'll try to break logic a little bit and head towards Lavender and do Dark Cave. Especially now that he does have Surf, he might look to activate the first part of that power plant quest. That's a possibility if he wants to try something a bit out of the way.
I think that's less tempting without machine parts, so unless he finds that, I don't really see him doing that, but you never know.
Yeah. That will be a bit of a stretch of a goal to go for, but of course, if you want to try some sort of outplay, that could be possible. But you're breaking logic to do Rock Tunnel in the dark could be rewarding, since if the ROM dictates that you do need Flash to get some important items in the dark, or Flash Chamber, then while they're out of logic right now, they can come into logic later and have some important items. And there are 5 items in Rock Tunnel that are pretty easy to get, so could be worth going for.
Yeah, I mean, the trouble with the mindset of I'll only go over here once I have the machine part is, of course, what if machine part happens to be in Rock Tunnel?
Yeah, among a lot of other things that are possible right now.
I'm a little surprised that Ergotae flew here, because I thought he might check for a main Vermilion Harbor. If there's nothing in the water here, he would have to take a few more transitions to go back to the port.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like he's just going to check a few items first.
I wonder if Ergotae is maybe metagaming a little bit here. Because if he's assuming there's also climb 10 tower to get Surf, then he might be thinking there's already looked in there. So if he wants to try something different, then he could go for the cycling road encounters, assuming that's his line of thinking. Or I could be wrong, and he might be returning to get those Surf encounters later.
I think it's so hard to try and guess what your opponent's going to do when you, like, unlike in a bingo where you can actually kind of see what you can kind of guess what they might have done based on when they mark goals. This is just like all about, you know, your knowledge of your opponent, and you have to know them ridiculously well to know what they're going to do in any situation.
Mm-hmm. But I guess at least in this case, since both Clearbell and Rainbow Wing are present so early on, that could be a very likely prediction to make. Like in that scenario, if you could enter 10 Tower, most people would enter 10 Tower, so...
Looks like he is just going to stick with the Kingler through Rocket Hideout after all.
Looks like he's comfortable running the Kingler, and he doesn't want to spend any time looking for a new main. Because of course, there's always the possibility of checking those encounters in Cycling Road, Vermilion Harbor, and coming up with nothing, so... And Kingler is now level 31, so that could be a factor behind why Ergotae decided I'll just take the Kingler through.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's only really had problems against that Togetic so far. I don't know. It's just so scary. I think it's just so scary to come up on red having something with this low special defense, and you know, no way to actually boost that if red happens to lead something with a strong electric or grass move. But you know, most of the time red won't lead with something like that, so he'll probably be okay. It's just like that 20% or whatever of the time. It's I don't know. I'd be scared.
And yeah, like Zane mentioned in the chat, that's true, because there's, well, partly because of the lack of Pokeballs that he had, but Thirst did spend a couple minutes catching a new main. And actually, oh, Thirst. Yeah, I think his right input didn't connect there, so he runs into the optional there. But yeah, as mentioned earlier, Thirst did seem to be in a bit of a lead because he found the Storm Badge early, but he ended up coming back doing everything that Ergotae has already done. And now Ergotae is back in the lead, it seems like. He did find everything that Thirst did, so... And looks like Dirts is making his way towards Rocket Hideout as well, which Ergotae has already started.
I guess, you know, you could think of it in like as like a different kind of risk as to, you know, like if you do look for a main, that's, I guess that is kind of a risk in itself, because like what if you do spend those few minutes and find absolutely nothing, then you've kind of like, you know, you're in the semi-finals against a very strong opponent and you're suddenly kind of given time up to them for no real reason. So yeah, it just depends on like where you think the biggest risk is, and that's so hard to judge, I think. But and it'll vary from race to race. We'll just have to wait and see how it plays out.
Yeah, but in this case, I think Ergotae decided that the Kingler is high enough level and has a good enough moveset to do all these item checks. So he opted not to go for a new main. And I think that's also a fair judgment call to make. Especially because Ergotae is not only a Whirlpool HM away. Actually, no, we haven't found the Silver Wing yet, but yeah, there are a few high-level main switch options still available in the Snorlax if we have all three parts of the Pokegear, and with a Silver Wing, Surf, and Whirlpool access, we can take a look at the level 60 Lugia Static as well. So those are still a few options that Ergotae has if he would like to switch out of the Kingler. Once we find a Silver Wing, maybe we can have some predictions going into chat on what the Lugia Static will be. And welcome, Bad News Nate and his raid party of 15. Thank you for the raid, and now you're watching Ergotae versus Dirts and their first semifinal match.
Yeah, Bad News Nate, another one of our semi-finalists. Congrats on the free advertising, Nate, by raiding. I see what you're doing, you sniper.
Yeah, Ergotae is a bit ahead in this Rocket Hideout check-in in general, but still, this is not too big of a difference. So anything can happen, really.
Oh, thanks, chat. Must have missed Ergotae getting that Pokegear. So that was, yeah, suddenly we're pretty close to getting that level 50 now.
That's definitely on the back of Ergotae's mind. And yeah, it was a bit of a rough start for both Ergotae and Dirts. Dirts especially. as yeah, there were the elderly was giving him a lot of problem, and yeah, also Faulkner's level 9 was going to give him a lot of problem as well, until he decided to use the early Rock Smash TM they found to find the level 15 Horsey in the rocks.
Yeah, he had to main a Horsey for a long time. I think.
Yeah, all the way through Azalea.
That kind of tells you the kind. Well, this doesn't even end there. We had like the, what was it? 4 consecutive Mega Kick hits from Apom or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. Those were fun times.
And I guess for anyone who's run these full item randomizers a lot and know some of the timings, Durs ended up leaving Violet at 20 minutes, which is quite a bit later than what the faster runners with a good start will be able to make through. So if that's that reference on how tough Durs had in terms of getting out of Violet.
To be fair, that was after we checked Dark Cave, which Ergotae didn't do at the time.
Yeah, that is true. He did have to smash 6 rocks to get that one encounter.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we did.
That was.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was a bit of an extraordinarily bad luck for Durs.
Wait, hello.
Wait.
Vanilla shiny. Oh ho, here we go.
Wow. Okay.
Look
That's
at that.
A whole lot shiny.
Nice blessing for Ergotae there.
Is that the full lot shiny we've had this tournament?
It's the first I've seen, anyway.
This is the first I've seen. Oh wow.
And he KO'd it too. Gonna wait for the viewer drop right about now.
Oh, looks like, at least for the rocket hideout section, only thing that was here was the Poke Gear, seems like.
We did also have the Boulder Badge.
Oh, and the Boulder Badge, that's right. So if we can find the radio card soon, that would be some additional access to West Kanto that could be exciting.
I like how that trainer was called Nurse Jasmine. If only, wouldn't have to bother with all these secret potion garbage if that was the case.
Yeah, for sure. If these randomized names actually lined up, that would have been nice. And another Blissey here. Yeah, some much needed experience.
Alright, we have one more item to check from the rocket sequence. In the gate
price. One more item here, and then I think after this item, we might see a little bit of divergence, perhaps. Because there are a few options afterwards. You can go to the lighthouse here, which I think is probably the most item dense location left right now. Or you can opt to do some of the other surf blocked checks first. Like Rock 44, which is to the right of Mahogany, could still have items that are required to finish, just... we don't know what they might be, but... And then there are... surf checks in Union Cave. We don't have Strength yet, but if Strength happened to be in Union Cave, that could let you go all the way through and do all the hidden rooms, so just a few possibilities depending on where those items are laying around. But yeah, right now a few of the key items that will allow us to access new checks are HMO1 for the items locked behind Cut. We also have HMO4 Strength for anything that requires you to push the boulders around, like Cianwood, and the Waterstone Chamber for the Runes of Alph. And also, now that we do have 7 badges, with Strength you'll be able to get through Ice Cave towards Blackthorn as well. And then Flash for the Blast Chamber and the Runes of Alph, and then finally Whirlpool for Coral Islands and a few other items here and there. And then the radio card. I think that's probably...
There is also the Rising Badge that would allow us to access the waterfall checks in Mount Mortar and go towards Victory Road as well.
Yeah, that too. So we have a lot of different ways this ROM can take us.
Also interesting to note that we could have done ERC skip this race, and it would have paid off.
Oh, yeah.
Because the only 2 items in the hideout were ones where we didn't have to do any of the fights. We just could have picked them right up off the floor. Not that we could have known that, of course, just interesting to note.
Yeah. And there's the machine part in the lighthouse. And yeah, for those who are not aware, ERC skip is sort of a silly skip named after our main developer for these item randomizers, ERC. And the skip involves skipping a lot of the fights in the hideout, just checking the items laying around the ground, and then leaving the hideout. That will lock you from entering Price's Gym and the one guardhouse item, along with Lance's item after you defeat the electrodes, but like we saw here, if none of those items are required and you decided to do the skip, then that's a few minutes saved. But of course, that's a very risky skip, and that's why it's mostly delegated to being sort of a meme, but sometimes it can pay off.
Yeah, I mean, with Fly, it's less risky, but there are a lot of items still to find, so it's a little scary to do that. It doesn't really seem worth it to do that skip with so many items left. Sometimes, like at this point, you have like, oh man, maybe I have like just a few badges left, but there's a lot of HMs, a lot of badges, a lot of other things that could lead to those badges. So probably not something on either of the players' minds today.
Yeah, the time you save doing the ERC skip could be completely negated if you realize later you have to complete the Rocket Hideout section completely. Because you do have to make the slow walk back down and have to fight the trainers and do everything like you would have done normally, so... That's a bit of a risky move to do, and then yeah. On Ergotae's side, yeah, now we get to see him get through Rock Tunnel in the dark out of logic. Now that he does have the machine part, he has incentive to go all the way through. Yeah, it looks like Dirt's kept the egg in his party, so he could have an extra poke to teach HMs to later, and as a Squirtle today. And looks like Dirts will follow Ergotae's path here. Probably going to check the lighthouse here soon. And one play that I've seen Dirt make before is, I think it was with fewer checks available, but after doing the lighthouse, he made his way to to Cyanwood to check the pharmacy item before heading back out. And that was without Fly at the time, so...
Wow, yeah, that is bold.
If he feels like he's behind, which I wouldn't be surprised if he feels that way after that rough start in Violet. That could be one possible stretch item check that he can try if he feels like he needs to make a move to possibly get ahead.
Yeah, I mean, that is the only check we can do over there without Strength or Whirlpool, but we have seen that Ergotae likes to be efficient in his routing. He likes to bundle as many checks as he can in one area. So it's definitely a play he wouldn't make unless he felt he had to. So that's kind of, I guess, where the metagame you mentioned earlier might come in. Like, if Dirts feels like, you know, he lost too much time to having a bad main at the start, he might think, well, I could make up time if there's an important item here that Ergotae's not going to check for a while.
Mm-hmm. If you know what the other runner likes to do and their tendencies, then that is something you can do. And Ergotae is now going through the items left behind, turning in the machine part. And the last item locked behind machine part is the Sunder badge. So Dirts will have to turn in the machine part and check here as well.
Yeah, all of these checks are still out of logic right now because you'd either have to go through Rock Tunnel and that would require logically having Flash, or you'd have to access it from Cerulean, which would logically require Cut.
That is true. And Frenchman.
Well, alright, so he does give you a rod. Okay, we have progressive rods on, so if that was our third rod, he would have actually given us the super rod, just like he would have done in Vanilla.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, the Sunder badge is out of logic, like you said, but at least the runners are now aware that Cut is somewhat either Cut or Flash is somewhat required to complete the ROM.
So now Ergotae is doing a few of these checks that are kind of a little bit, you know, can't do everything over here kind of thing, because we can't waterfall it over this place. So so we've just got the two items to check over here, unless we find a Rising badge on one of these two checks.
It's not too bad of an idea to check here right now. I don't think Ergotae has gone to the right of Mahogany yet.
No, not yet. He also didn't check the item south of Goldenrod, or do the Soft Sand Girls. So that might be near the top of his list. If he, you know, because like we know he values doing everything he can in one area. Yeah, well, there's a secret potion.
There's a secret potion. Unfortunately, he already climbed up the tower once. He'll have to do it again, but and looks like he is going to take that as a sign and take care of that right away. And oh, I guess Dirts hasn't done some of these surf checks that Ergotae has already done, so yeah, Dirts will be taking care of those. Actually, I think neither runner has opted to check the items that are, you know, to the right of Mahogany yet. Maybe they're looking for that strength access before heading that way so they can do it efficiently there.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it looks like for the most part both runners are following the same path, except I guess Dirts now makes a slight divergence in going to Union Cave first.
Yep, we have these 2 items down here that we haven't checked yet.
And and they also have access to the power chamber. That does not require strength, so I think they're just looking to knock out those checks as well. As he did save before entering the lower floor here, so he's looking to save reset out and then head towards Ho Chamber if there's nothing down here. And there's the Rising Badge.
Alright. So now we can use Waterfall and check all those Mount Mortar items. And that's particularly valuable because we don't have strength yet. So we could check all the strength locked items in Mount Mortar as well by going around the back.
Thunder Badge was behind the expansion card check in Lavender after you turn in the machine part. And yeah, now we see Ergotae heading towards here. So yeah, a bit of a divergence we're finally seeing here with Dirts ended up making the right move going to Union Cave for the Rising Badge. And unfortunately for Ergotae, none of these items. Wait, he did get cut. I missed.
Oh wait,
yeah,
I completely missed that. Unless he just got it.
maybe. And
there
Dirts
okay.
finds the Silver
sense.
Wing. Okay, that must have been one of the first 2 items.
Got some real excitement in chat about that Silver Wing. People want to see that level 60.
Yeah, and the level 50. But yeah, now that both runners have found different kinds of Overlord axes, now we're seeing some divergence in the checks they're doing. Ergotae doing the cut lock checks here, while Durst does the waterfall lock check here. There are more items here for Durst than there are for Ergotae, but... And there's a radio card for
Alright, so now we
Ergotae.
can get that level.
So yeah.
And access West Kanto.
So get your predictions, chat. We're gonna be seeing the Snorlax very soon. I think he wants to take care of the cut lock checks here first, but we'll be seeing that very soon as he has access to West Kanto. Oh, and there's a Cascade Badge here. Something that Durst will have to come for later, but I think he'll be able to figure that out pretty easily as that's not too far out.
I like the Cloister Call because he's seen the shiny shelter already.
Oh, that would be fun.
That is not Cloister.
That was Politoed. Looks like Ergotae will at least try to catch it, if not run it. It looks like at least 2 out of its 4 moves are not particularly good. But we have Surf, so that's always something you can teach the Politoed.
I was a little worried there'd be literally nothing in Mount Mortar, but it does find the Earth Badge.
So... And Durst finds the second pair of bikes. Oh, Politoed has Thunderbolt.
That's really good.
That's really good. Yeah, I think you switch to it at this point. You know, between Surf and that. Oh, yeah, and we had a Mega Drain TM from Celadon, I believe, or Goldenrod, I forget.
I think it might have been Goldenrod, yeah.
But yeah, that's good enough to consider switching to with that moveset.
Yeah, I mean, water type is the most abundant type in the game, and you know, it's and so it's just. I like though Dirt names the rival triple question mark. I did the same thing when I was younger. I'll tell you.
It's like Dirt's just approaching what was the secret potion for Ergotae here. Unfortunately, that did lead to a dead end, but... And there's Flash for Ergotae. Oh yeah, looks like Cut was locking a lot of different things. And Card Key too. But of course, Ergotae will still need to get that Earth Badge by finding the waterfall, by finding Rising Badge. But yeah, Ergotae pulling a bit ahead in terms of the items in his possession right now.
Unfortunately,
And funnily enough, with different pieces of that, both will make their way towards Victory Road.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, Dirts can't check the Whirlpool check here, unfortunately, because he doesn't have the Whirlpool HM, but he can go to Victory Road at least.
Yep. And we got the house heal for Dirts.
Oh, it's a rare heal house playing.
And
okay,
there is a
thanks,
pass. In case you suddenly lost your Storm Badge and can't fly anymore. So yeah, both run are approaching this train at almost the same time.
This is the weirdest high five.
There's two ships passing in the night as Dirts will probably head towards Victory Road to get his pass. And yeah, it looks like Ergotae will head towards the Flash Chamber here now. And a cut check here too, right? And oh, that's a mineral badge as well, so... Yeah, the cut access giving Ergotae a lot of different key items here.
Yeah, suddenly we're only 3 badges away from no mode. We don't know where the Rainbow Marshall Volcano badge is, but we've seen all the others.
Mm-hmm. And there's a basement key for Ergotae. He also has the card key, so that might be a possible destination for him. And Dirt's found his cut access, so he'll be catching up to all those items that Ergotae has already found. And yeah, here we go. Ergotae will head towards Goldenrod to clear out the rockets in Radio Tower and enter the basement afterwards. Ooh, Dirts is going to make a bit of a stretch play here and enter Ice Cave.
Yeah, strength could be here.
Yeah, possibly. I've seen too many Cs with either Flame Badge or Strength here. It would be big if it was here, though, because it would be a while before Ergotae comes this direction. And if it turns out Radio Tower is not required, and all you needed was Strength here, that would make a world of a difference for Dirts, and he did find that TM04, not an HM, unfortunately. We'll see.
That's so close.
Super close, just a little off. And yeah, no HM04 here. But he did find cuts, so now he'll be looking to do those cut checks. I think when Dirge is done checking all his cut checks, he'll be coming up towards Radio Tower as well.
Yeah, that certainly seems to be where we're being poked towards. There are a few gym leaders we could fight at this point if we wanted to.
They could head back to Kanto, but of course Radio Tower and basement combined is a very dense location in terms of items, so wouldn't be surprised if Dirt's decided to head that way once he finds his access. And there's his radio card, so West Kanto is probably his next destination. And I believe that was where Ergotae found his either the card key or the basement access there, so
yeah, he found the card key, and he also found the Flash HM.
And we'll see if Dirt is interested in switching to this Polytoad here. He did check his TM lists while trying to find cuts, so you might have noticed he has the right TMs for the Polytoad to make work. And he sees the Thunderbolt on Polytoad.
Yeah, he sees it as his first move. I think it's likely he switches to this.
Now,
if he can catch it, we're getting war flashbacks here. Okay, he's got it.
Well, it is status and it is below 50 HP this time, so it is not 1/3 this time around.
Yeah, as pointed out in chat, the biggest advantage Dirts was his less frail main, and now they both got this Polytoad. The Polytoad is pretty bulky, so they probably won't really have to worry about too much on red. And if they're both running the same thing, they'll both come across the same problems if red does lead something nasty.
And right now, the only real lead that Dirts has is in that Rising Bash, but of course it's in Union Cape, which I'd imagine Ergotae is also looking at heading to Union Cape soon, so he can take care of the Water Stone Chamber and the Hoe Chamber, so... And, oh! Ergotae taught Water Vaults to Polytoad just now? Or did I misread that? Yeah, he taught Waterfalls to Polytoad. That's a bit interesting.
Yeah, I think this is fine. If he has like no other moves he wants to teach it, and he's running a bit low on Surf PP, might as well teach Waterfall.
Yeah, I guess if you don't have any elixirs and you need to get going with those water moves, then that's a good play to make. Yeah, unfortunately for Durst, the earlier Rising Badge only led to an Earth Badge, so... And the Rising Badge is in a fairly accessible location too, so... Won't be too long before Ergotae discovers it. And that's 2 full restores in a row that Ergotae couldn't pick up because his bag is full. And, I guess, yeah, Dirt's is going to bike back up to Lavender and head towards Rock Tunnel now, as he does have the machine part. And as we know from Ergotae screen. The Thunder badge is locked behind turning in the machine parts, so Thirst will be able to find that as well.
Like I say, it's like the false director now, and I feel I think in every race I've commentated, the false director has had absolutely nothing. So we'll see if the curse will be broken here, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see. At least in the races I've commentated, the false director wasn't ever required, but I don't know, maybe today's the day.
Nope.
Nope, looks like it'll be another day.
I look forward to false director only being required in the finals.
Maybe a vanilla one while added. Because that is technically possible.
Well, okay. Let's not go that far.
Yeah, that's happened in one of my practice tournament runs and I was real confused.
Yeah, for those who don't know, not in vanilla, the false director gives you the basement key. So you often don't really want to bother doing this whole segment until you have the basement key. So so yeah, it's one of those ones where, you know, if he has that and you put it off till too late, you're like, well, I've just wasted a lot of time doing all these other checks I didn't need to do.
I'm real interested to see what's in the basement because we're slowly running out of checks and we still have strength and rope access locked. So I'd imagine with the number of things we have left, one of those are likely locking the badges. So
could we see the rare strengthless seed?
Or yeah, that's also possible too.
You know,
I think I've had one of those seeds personally, and it wasn't it wasn't like too interesting. It was still saved some time, not having to go through a lot of the strength areas.
Yeah, I didn't even react to the Dragonite hitting 2 down frames because I was like, yeah, this is deserved after what happened to Dirts earlier.
Yeah, karma just coming around for Ergotae now. Looks like Dirts is approaching what was mineral batch for Ergotae here. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, so Rising Badge was in the Union Cave basement and Earth Badge was in Mount Mortar behind Waterfall.
So yeah, interestingly now Dirts is actually ahead in badges. Because so far the basement hasn't netted anything for Ergotae.
Wow, this was a complete waste of time.
Wow, that's
goodness me.
But yeah, unfortunately Dirts will likely do this check as well as he
found girls, here we go.
Yeah, Dirts found the basement key just now, and he has the card key, so he's likely gonna do it as well. So Ergotae not feeling too bad about. He's not gonna feel too bad about doing all of that and being a bust.
Thanks. So fighting rockets in general was a complete bait this race. There was nothing behind fighting the rockets in the hideout. and nothing behind the card key or the basement key.
Yeah, we didn't have to fight the rockets at all. Everything was just there.
We did have to fight him to unlock Bugsy at least, but that was about it.
That was about it, yeah.
Because that was where we got our SS ticket.
But yeah, wow. Considering the checks that we've seen so far, Dirts has pretty much almost caught up now. Of course, he is a whole radio tower and a basement behind, but yeah, the early deficit has closed somewhat.
Oh yeah, good points in chat. Dirts is still leading with Crobat. Now I can kind of see this, especially if you think that But I don't know. I'm just not sure what the Politoed could run into that would be bad for it, but not bad for the Crobat, really. Like, because Grassweavers aren't particularly scary in Crystal, so I don't know, really. But yeah, I think Crobat will have more problems because it is 8 levels lower, and it's still good. It's just not quite as good as Politoed at the moment.
Yeah, and it'll run into issues with bulky, like high defense mons that Jump Kick really can't take down completely. While Politoed won't have too many special walls to deal with.
Yeah, Dirts has Razor Leaf still on his Crobat. He hasn't taught Surf to it, which I think would probably be a little better.
Maybe Dirts is concerned with some of the water types that he needs to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, we just like I said earlier, Water types are the most abundant in the game,
and a lot of them are bulky. So also Ergotae will opt to take on Blaine here, and probably head towards Fuchsia next. Yeah, this is something that I learned fairly recently, actually, while preparing for the tournament, is rather than going through Cycling Road, if you go from Blaine and then Surf your way to Fuchsia from here, it's technically faster getting into Fuchsia.
Yep, you don't have to fight a trainer on your way into Fuchsia if you go this way. Which yeah, it's just something that doesn't come up too often, but it's nice when you can make it work.
Yeah. I don't think either runner has checked Janine yet, so...
Heracross misses Zapcon on Politoed. Where's the justice?
But yeah, of course, while this is the more efficient pathing in terms of just straight routing, but of course, because Janine is so easily accessible, it's likely that Janine could be locking an important item that you were supposed to get earlier on. So that is a slight risk in going for this more optimal routing movement-wise. That's really the only caveat to routing this way. And yeah, actually Ergotae still has yet to enter Union Cave to get those items in the basement, one of which is the Rising Badge, so...
Yeah, he could be suckered into doing a few counter gym leaders that end up not giving him anything.
Yeah, perhaps Ergotae's thinking strength might appear soon, so he can just sweep all of the ruins of Alpha Chambers in one go, but
Yeah, that's absolutely what he wants to do. And we don't know where strength is yet, so... But, you know, we don't know if strength is even required, so... not yet.
Yeah, and looks like Janine wasn't required. We still have that item locked behind the cut tree past Fuchsia here, and then we'll see where Ergotae decides to head. But yeah, luckily for Ergotae, the Rising badge is only really locking that Earth badge.
What? Well, we're seeing the legendary. What is it with the Sunny Day Girl skip? I've seen like several runners just not talk to her, and Dirts is another one to the list. Luckily, she didn't give us anything. But
Yeah.
what the heck?
I don't know, maybe he wants to talk to her on the way out of False Director.
Yeah, I've heard that one twice before.
Yeah, lots of interesting skips coming out of the tournament here. Dojo skip and yeah, Sunny Day Girl skip. And oh, here we have Ergotae finally entering Union Caves, so he will find his Rising badge.
Okay.
And that'll also lead him towards the Earth badge. At which point he'll be completely caught up in terms of badges. Yep, there we go. Yeah, probably there's just blanked or he was distracted.
It's just funny that it's been this. This is the third time it's been this check that I've seen this tournament. But you know, it happens. Happens
I
to the
mean, yeah, dojo skip was something I was not aware that could be possible until the tournament. So.
He
There we
actually
go.
does go back for it. Okay, wow.
There we go.
Maybe he's just memeing then.
Or maybe he forgot but then realized later. Which has happened before as well. Sometimes people just blanked and forgot to check, but they remember to go back. And actually, that might have been Dirts in his quarterfinal matches, where he forgot to check one of the cut lock checks in Route 12. He found Surf and he just flew out, and he had to come back later to get the other cut locked item.
I don't
South
know.
of the Super Rod.
Look,
Got
I'm
it,
just
so-
I'm just gonna say he was memeing because I would respect that.
Yeah, just casually giving all the viewers and commentators slight heart attack, thinking, "Oh no, he's going
Yeah,
to miss a check."
Not again.
I hope that doesn't become a trend with how many few matches we have remaining. Just people
Just gonna be gentle.
pretending to miss a check.
Skip that check, yeah.
Oh yeah, unfortunately for Dirts, the basement was a bust, so he won't be finding anything here. But at least now that both have defeated the Radio Tower Rockets, they both have access to Claire's gym now, which also could come into play. So yeah, to answer a question in chat, Ergo has done Blaine and Janine, and also has done Jasmine, that Dirts hasn't done yet.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if Jets had done Jasmine or not.
I don't think Dirts has gone back to Jasmine yet. But yeah, otherwise, this ROM has been fairly linear in terms of where you need to go. Only a few one-off divergence here and there, but otherwise they're pretty much caught up to each other in terms of important checks.
Jets hasn't done soft sand kills, right? Unless I missed that.
Oh yeah, that's true. Soft sand girls. I don't think Dirts has done soft sand girls either. So yeah, Ergo is a bit ahead on item checks, but item-wise, they're very close. And Ergo's not caught up. in badges. Oh yeah, 3 badges to no mode. And go mode as well. It'll be interesting to see which checks they go for that neither have done yet afterwards.
It's been too long since we've had an Elite 4 seed, right? It's gotta happen soon. What better time than a semi-final?
Have an E4 seed.
Look, if it's 1 game out of 3 in a semi-final, you're not gonna feel as bad about it as if it was like your tournament life on the line from that one time that it was on the Elite 4.
Yeah, that's true. Or another possible stretch of a goal they could try for is Nugget Hedge Maze.
Oh yeah, there is that. We've seen that be important several times in the tournament.
Yeah. Oh, Ergotae might be heading towards Cyanwood now for that pharmacy check.
Oh, the single pharmacy check, here we go.
And I thought Derts was gonna be first to do the pharmacy check. We have Ergotae doing it instead. Maybe he saw one of Dirt's race and realized, oh yeah, he does this check sometimes. And decided he might check that since Dirt's gone for it already. Also a good fly point to have when they find Whirlpool. And we've seen a few races where, yeah, either Chuck or Chuck's wife had access to Whirlpool, so... Yeah, so now Ergo is going for these one-off checks that he's been putting off. Is this... Oh. Has he... Oh, is this... I guess Ergo never entered Celadon before.
Oh, maybe not. Yeah, no, that's right, because he never went to... He never did a main switch, and he went the other way to Fuchsia.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like Ergo will get the first dip into these Kanto gems while Dirt still has some fights to go in the soft sand grills here. Yeah, this ROM is going to come down to whoever finds either Strength or Whirlpool, because at this point it's very likely that one of those two HMs are locking at least one badge. Yeah, Nugget Hedge Maze definitely would be a play at this moment, since there's not a whole lot of checks left to do.
Yeah, but with this poly to level 54, Ergotae can do these fights pretty quickly without having too much worry that they're gonna take him out. So I think, definitely if you're a bit weaker, Nugget Hedge Maze would be the option. I think it's less clear when you're able to just KO things quickly, like Ergotae is able to do, and not really struggle on Erica.
Yeah, and looks like Dirts will tackle Surge before Erica that Ergotae has done. So yeah, we've come down to this point where one of these pretty item sparse locations are holding the progress that they're looking for. There really aren't any item dense locations left. And ooh, a self-destruct coming close to killing the Crobat, but not enough.
Okay, if Ergotae thought he'd have any problems on Erica, he's now at level 58, so yeah, Erica I don't think stands any chance against Ergotae's Politoed now.
Yeah, I think at this point he's committed to the Politoed.
Yeah, definitely. If he does go to Will Arms, he's not checking the 60. I'm almost certain.
Yeah, with Politoed's moveset, there are very few things that could sway him away from the Politoed here. And I don't think we've had that many good TMs either, so it's not guaranteed that the 60 will be runnable. Kingdra with Amnesia. I wonder if we'll see that on red. That would be evil for Ergotae. And there's a
Wait,
vanilla
what kind
rainbow
of randomizer?
Vanilla rainbow badge on Erica. Oh boy. What kind of rando, indeed. But looks like Dirt is tackling the Kanto gym leaders now, so hopefully Erica is also on his radar.
Yep.
I guess if you really wanted to, March Badge could potentially be on Sabrina.
You never know.
You never know.
Quite nice here. We can. We're not too far away from Saffron, and maybe maybe that'll encourage Dirts to go for that Sabrina fight.
And in fact, Dirt is looking to head towards Sabrina now. Or oh, when did he pick up the lost item?
He just got it on Surge just now.
And yeah, so since he did have the lost item, he'll do lost item into Sabrina. Sabrina is a really fast fight since it's you can avoid all trainers ahead of her and just fight her 3 folks, so...
Yep, like Surge, she only gives 1 item, but like you say, she is... you don't have to fight in trainers before her, so very fast fight.
Ooh, is rotating to Route 4? Yes, he is.
Come on, Vanilla Marsh Badge, let's do it. No, unfortunate.
Oh, so Ergotae is making a bit of a play here, going for Route 4, and he might even decide to go for Nugget Hedgemaze right after.
Yeah,
Just
so it's a bit of a lower value play this, because you just do 2 fights for 1 item.
Speaking of Nugget Hedgemaze, we have Dirt heading right up there. But Dirt still has to do Erica, but if Nugget Hedgemaze is required, then that could be pretty huge for Dirts. Ergo has not done Sabrina yet. Dark Rid. So now we just need to figure out where the March badge and the Volcano badge are. We still don't know where those 2 badges are. Yeah, this could be slightly bad for Dirt, as if he does find either Strength or Whirlpool ahead of the Rainbow badge, it might be a while before he decides to take on Erica for that Rainbow badge.
Yeah, probably better for him if it's Whirlpool than if it's Strength, because, Strength opens up Claire's gym as well. And, Whirlpool, at least if you get that on its own, it's just the Whirl Islands and the 1 check on Route 20... what is it? It's like right in the middle of 26, 27, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, 26 or 27. I think best case scenario for Durst would be if either the March or Volcano badge was behind Nugget Hedgemaze or Misty. Because that would likely prompt him towards Erica.
Well, I don't know, because if that's the case, then Ergotae would probably have not many options left but to do Nugget Hedgemaze at some point.
Or no, like, if in Dirt's situation, if you want, that will be good for Dirt's, because if there's only a Kanto badge stuck there, then Ergo is likely less incentivized to go to Nugget Hedgemaze.
But like,
if the HM is somewhere else, then
he just doesn't have an awful lot of things to do left as Ergotae. I think he's going to be funneled there, regardless of the way this is going.
Yeah, that's true. He still has to do Surge and the 2 items in Ice Cave and Blue before Nagajima's.
Yeah, he could.
And of course, there's the looming E4 in the background.
All right. Yeah, I did momentarily forget about that. That's always on the table.
And yeah, I guess in this situation, it might be a little bit. If Nugget Hedge Maze turns out to be nothing, then it'll be sometime before Dirts finds the right check to do, as he still has a few things left to do that Ergo already has done, and looks like Ergo will be checking the 2 items in Ice Path.
Yep, this is the same number of checks as Nugget Hedge Maze on its own hides, I guess, and if you, well, I guess if you're not counting Misty, but it's a lot quicker to do this.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, with like so few checks left, sometimes it's good to go for these quicker checks first, because if it turns out to be something important, then it saves you a lot of time compared to going for the longer checks first and that turning out to be nothing.
Something important.
And
like
our fabulous prize is Strength.
Oh, that is very bad for Dirts, actually.
Yeah, that is probably...
that opens up so much for him, and that's just going to delay Erica for some time, I think.
Ooh. Yeah, that's going to pull him away from heading to Erica. And yeah, Ergotae now following Dirt's trail, going to Surge here. And yeah, Ergo is going to find the Strength pretty soon. He doesn't have a lot of options left. It's between Blue, Nugget Hedge Maze, and E4 after this, so yeah, he will be funneled towards here. And it looks like Dirts will not do Misty, but instead do all the Strength lock checks first.
I guess with all these checks that do open up with Strength, this does give Dirts more potential to, like, you know, potentially pick the right one over Ergotae if he does make those, you just, I don't know, he could go for, you know, the Claire without Whirlpool play, for example. That could, you know, if he decides to do something wild like that and it pays off, there's always that possibility.
Yep, that's a possibility as well. Although at the end of the day, both runners are not left with too many different checks to do, so they will end up converging soon. Just Dirt's dropped down to the wrong side of the boulder. It's just a matter of how soon they get to those checks. And yeah, Dirt still has yet to do... Oh, Jasmine, but... Let's stop for a second, because Whirlpool was an Ice Path, so...
Alright, even more checks opened up, okay.
Yeah. Oh, Dirt's maybe feeling a little bit flustered. So it's going to be a bit longer before Dirt gets to Erica. Meanwhile, Ergotae is going to check everything except Nugget Hedge Maze and E4.
I mean, Blue could still give us a badge.
Yeah. And also, if you're in this position, you might want to do something that your opponent likely might not have done. So maybe Ergo is thinking, Durst is probably going for Nugget Hejime, so I'm going to try something different that I can do with this high-level Polytoad. One thing that I did realize later is if you have a strong enough poke, blue can be a very fast check, but then if you're not adequately prepared for blue, this fight could easily cost you like 3, 4, maybe even 5 minutes, depending on how poorly the fight goes, so... Yeah, you'd have to be pretty prepared before considering blue as a quick check, because it can turn out to be a longer one. And in this case, Ergotae is feeling more than comfortable with the rare candies already used on the Polytoad.
Yeah, he did save beforehand, so I think if the lead was something that was just going to waste a lot of his time, people would just sort of reset and be like, yeah, I'm just going to leave this check until a bit later.
Mm-hmm. And looks like Search hasn't found anything yet.
Well, we saw white screen on Ergotae 3, but we didn't hear a jingle, so he didn't get anything.
Yeah. But yeah, there's now doing more of the strength lock checks, likely Slowpoke well into the Waterstone chamber. And yeah, Ergotae will find his strength in a few minutes. Yes, for Ergotae, yeah, Nogi Hejime is his last location besides E4. So it's probably likely that between the Waterstone Chamber and World Islands, we find at least one of the missing badges in Martian Volcano.
You would think so, wouldn't you?
I sure would, but of course, E4 is still... yeah, E4 is still in the distance.
A 3-badge chamber with 2 badges left? Yeah, okay. Oh, there's one though.
Badge.
Sokka can do the 2-badge chamber. Okay, not this time.
Not this time. But yeah, Durst will now be able to get to Signwood and do everything there. But I guess, yeah, he needs to do World Islands first, and looks like that's where he's headed now.
Yep, you can tell because he surfed down a little more to the right than he would if he was going towards Signwood.
Hopefully he takes this slow.
Yep, do not hit the 6 Pokemon spinner.
There is a way to dodge that spinner without stopping, but yeah, you can't mess up. It's a very tight window.
You're not going to lose the race off taking it a bit safer on that spinner.
Yeah. And Durst will... We'll see if he takes a look at the level 60.
Oh, he's going to have a look.
I honestly have no idea what I want to even predict that to be at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. He didn't switch to the Polytoad with Thunderbolt, so I don't think you could switch to this, I suppose.
You could, yeah. Although,
well, not anymore.
Not anymore. That's going to remove any possibility of switching.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's. I think at this late stage of the game, the cry would end up being kind of. It would probably waste more time than you'd think. Typhlosion does have one of the longer cries in the game. And yeah, Dirts will probably have to do a fair few more fights with that before finishing the game. Anyway, Ergotae gets his strength now.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Ergotae will... Oh, there's a mystery egg as well in Whirl Island, so that might be something they're just keen on checking. We're one badge away from no mode, and Dirts is close to wrapping up Whirl Islands here. And yeah, it looks like he will set the escape point to the southwest entrance, so he can head to Signwood after here.
Yeah, I don't know. I really think that Typhlosion would end up losing more times than you think because of cries, because Dirts does have a lot of fights left to go if he wants to do more checks. It would, I guess, depend on how late the final badge would end up being, but the differences to getting it here versus getting it like an hour or so ago. I guess if he'd got it before Radio Tower, it would be much worse, but it's certainly not a trivial amount of fights between Dirts and finishing this seed.
Yeah, at least the good news is Ergo is likely not going to switch to it when he gets there, so...
Yeah, Ergo's not checking it for sure. His polycode is over level 60 at this point.
Yeah, so if this Cyndaquil had a good moveset, then Dirts isn't really gonna feel behind for not catching it. Ergo has still yet to enter Ice Cave, but then yeah, once he enters Ice Cave... Or actually no, the badge was here. So he'll be one badge away after the Waterstone Chamber here. Yeah, depending on where Ergo goes next and what we find, this race could suddenly turn on its head.
Yeah, when you only have one check left, you can pretty much rationalize any decision. It's kind of just at this point up to what your gut feeling is. Really, it's a little you can talk about item density and all that, but
yeah,
there's just so many items. There's so many checks left that it's kind of academic to some extent.
Yeah, it could be anywhere.
Except the Elite Four. Forget that. We're not going to do. Just let's not go that crazy.
Yeah, that is the one consensus we'll have is E4 avoid it if you can. And looks like it's not going with Ergotae just yet. So he will need to pick a place to go, and it'll be Ice Path. And I think that is probably the one check we can agree is the most rational here in terms of item density. So yeah, Ergotae will find his Whirlpool Axis here. Yeah, because the one interesting thing that could happen to Dirts is, while Erica is a faster check, Claire is technically a more dense location, so after Chuck, he might opt to do Claire, in which case that might seal the deal, and Ergo will take a win there. It looks like Chuck is empty, so that's... That's maybe not good. Although I'd imagine after Ergotae, yeah, he found his whirlpool access, so he will likely do World Islands into Cyanwood like Dirts has. In which case, Dirts will likely be ahead to finding the Marsh badge, but then, yeah, that Rainbow badge on Erica, that might be Dirts' undoing in this ROM.
Yeah, I think it's unlikely he does that for some time. I guess it's not a terrible check though.
It's not a terrible check.
It's 2 items behind what, 4 fights? 5 fights? I forget.
It's 3 trainers and then Erica.
Yeah, 4 fights. Okay.
Yeah, so 4 fights total. It's just unfortunate because Dirts has full access to Claire's gym and Dragon's Den now, which is a more item dense location for the number of fights you have to do. So.
Well, we haven't seen this check yet. The singular whirlpool check here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Claire is definitely on both of the runners' minds. I feel like that's a good item dense location to go to right now. Once they've determined that some of these other easier checks are not it. So yeah, Dirts is out of easy checks to do, so he's going to start taking down some gyms, but he has not done Blaine and Janine yet, so looks like that'll be next for Dirts.
Okay, well if he's doing this now, then that does give me hopes that he will be doing Erica before too long.
Good. I think it'll be a choice between Erica and Claire for him. At least based on the way Dirts has been racing, I feel like he might have been putting off Blaine into Janine for a while, thinking Ergotae has already done it, and if he did, then he would be done by now. But since Ergotae isn't done yet, maybe he's feeling like the last badge is probably stuck in a bad place, and he can safely do this to at least catch up. Yeah, we're still missing Misty for both runners here, actually, so that could be it too. Kind of a curious choice for both runners.
Yeah, that's Misty at this point is probably higher up in priority for Dirts than the Brock Route 4 checks would be, because you do have an extra fight in Brock's gym, and it is the same number of items. For Ergotae, it was he thought it was worth doing Brock at the time just because he was putting off Nugget Hedgemates for so long. But that could be a little bit of an edge Dirts has. He might just be able to avoid doing Brock and Route 4 altogether. Yeah, I guess skipping the 60, absolutely no surprise there. I would have been amazed if he'd gone for it at this point after dumping those candies into Polytoad.
Yeah, at this point Polytoad will be more than fine. For Ergotae, after this Mystery Egg check, he doesn't have a whole lot of things left to do. He might do Misty for that one item, perhaps? Oh, he's going for the Whirlpool item here as well, looks like. I think that's a fair play to do. That's between Misty and Claire for Ergotae after this, probably.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you think you're ahead, you go for Misty because you don't want to like skip her, and you don't want to like do Claire first and then actually have the last item you need be on the quicker check. It'll just depend on how Ergotae feels the race has gone for him so far.
Yeah. Anyway, that's true. Ergotae did do World Islands, but haven't done Chuck. He does have the fly point from earlier though.
Oh right, yeah.
But he can go back there. Oh, he's going to Misty now. But he might be doing a little bit of metagaming and avoiding Chuck.
We've seen quite a lot of Blissey, and now we're seeing a Chansey as well. I think that's like we've seen like 3 Blissey and 1 Chansey at this point.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet for experience.
Mm-hmm. And yep, now Dirts is also in Misty's gym.
Oh, Swift, the tech! The tech! I love it.
Remember Dirts, it's probably between Erica and Claire if Misty... Well, regardless of what Misty gives, that's probably likely his next play between Erica and Claire. And it's a rare candy that Ergotae misses out on. But either way, I think at this point Ergotae is a bit ahead because Dirts has to choose between Erica and Claire, while Ergo can just comfortably do Claire without having to worry about anything else. And it's more likely that the Marsh badge is behind Dragon's Den than it is E4 right now, so...
Come on, Dirts, make the play. Go for the Elite Four. do it for the fans. Okay.
Oh, he's going for Claire. So he might find the Marsh badge here, but at that point Ergo is in go mode and Dirt still needs to do Erica, so... The logical thing for Dirt would be to do clear into Erica, but if he's feeling like he's done all this and hasn't led to anywhere, he might be feeling maybe it's E4. At which point that will seal the deal for him.
Yeah, now that he's doing Claire, it's a little difficult to see Dirt's taking this. But
yeah.
Especially with Politoad's huge level advantage on red, I can't really see a whole lot that would cause problems for Ergotae, but not Dirt's. But you know,
yeah, maybe like Chad mentioned, maybe like a grass type with Petal Dance, but
yeah, we gotta put our thinking caps on, chat. What kind of disgusting thing do you reckon we can see on red that will screw Ergotae over here? Come on, I want you to get into real sadist mode, chat, because I'm struggling myself.
Yeah, we want a close race. We gotta somehow make this closer than it should be, or any moves that doesn't hit Acrobat hard, but then Cannon hard hit. Yeah, my tongue's a bit tied. I might hit Politoad a bit harder, like fighting moves. Maybe a stab Earthquake somewhere. But to be fair, if there's the Mewtwo with Thunderbolt, Dirts will also struggle with.
Yeah, no, these the problem with things like Thunderbolt stuff is that Dirt takes more damage from that than Ergotae does.
Sidekick Thunderbolt Mewtwo will mean Dirts has 2 moves that he's weak against, so that would seal the deal right there.
Yeah, if there were better grass moves this gen, then I could maybe see it. But like we have Solar Beam, which I guess would be a bit scary because we probably just. I guess something with Solar Beam could be scary, and if we didn't have if we didn't have protect or whatever. I don't know what our TMs are.
Or let's see. Maybe another interesting thing is the Polito doesn't have good grass coverage, so maybe
Yeah,
like
that
a
is true.
Venusaur or Victory Bell with Sludge Bomb could do.
Yeah,
Although you can X defend that, so maybe it's not as bad, but still that
Yeah,
could be a bit of a stalling that Red can do.
Yeah, I don't know if he has a TM to cover that. If he has, he hasn't taught it yet anyway. It's not really causing problems so far. Like, I remember seeing an Execute in Erica's gym, but it was like 20 levels lower and died to Surf, so that was fine.
But yeah, Ergotae will be first to enter Dragon's Den, and then Dirts will be following very soon. Also, to be fair, if the Red leads as Donphan with Earthquake, Ergotae can probably just kill it with Surf and then set up after. Oh god, yeah, let's not get to something with Haze on Red. Grass type with a grass move with Haze would be an absolute nightmare for Ergotae. And there's the March Badge, so...
There it is. Elite Four Dreams dead once again. We'll have to wait for the finals for that, I guess.
Or one of Nate's matches, because he seems to be a magnet for Elite Four.
Nate's still in the tournament. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful.
So yeah, Ergo will be first to reach Red, and then Dirts will likely to Erica after Claire. If he's being reasonable. But yeah, Dirts is going to be real surprised to find Rainbow John Erica.
Yeah, love that.
But it'll be a little bit while before because yeah, he is likely gonna check the rest of Dragon's Den first. So yeah, a bit longer before Dirts actually gets to Red with the Rainbow Badge. So unless Red lead does a really good job of stalling out the Politoed, it's likely Ergo's game to lose here.
Ergotae's bag was full when he was going to pick up full restores, right? So, you know, I guess if Red lead spams Zap Cannon and never misses, then that could also be a thing.
Ooh, there's a T-Bolt TM.
Oh, there's Aurora Beam. So that's
Aurora Beam, yeah, that's probably going to do it. And he does have. Well, he already bought Hyper Potions, looks like. So I think he's probably good to go.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't get trolled by status, he should be okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, now watch there be a. Okay, I was gonna say watch there be a Blissey now that he removed his last physical move.
If there is a Blissey, he'll just teach Strength and be done with it. That's fine.
And,
oh, interesting. All right.
Oh,
it's gonna die in one hit probably though. Dugtria's pretty frail. Yeah. Nice crit. Probably not necessary.
Oh.
Sky attack Dodrio? Oh my lord. He probably takes this, but that's pretty scary.
Ooh, if that was a crit, that would have been it, but Ergotae didn't set up, so he could have just revived if that killed him, so not a big deal. And oh, the Lantern with Thundershock is back. Looks like he will set up on this Lantern. Ooh, Ergotae playing with fire a bit here.
Oh well, based on the roll before, it kind of looked like that would be fine.
Oh, and Dirt's actually going for Jasmine before Erica. Which I think is fair, but...
Yeah, this is a little faster.
But yeah, unfortunately that is not going to take him to the Rainbow Badge. Yeah, this lantern isn't particularly threatening, so Argo should be good to go. Oh, that was barely not enough, but he'll be able to finish him off.
What if he has a second lantern? Okay, no.
Oh, maybe not feeling comfortable. Maybe thinking he can't one-shot that.
Definitely one-shot Suicune if Lantern only just survived and was neutral.
Yeah. But I'll get his healing just in case. Yeah, he should be fine here too.
There's a few bulky things on, right? But luckily he has Thunderbolt. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
GG! So...
And yeah, that is GG for Ergotae with a race time finish of 2:39:17, or almost 17.
So yeah, now we'll see if he gets the invite, because we were warned about this, that he might not get the invite because of the weird best of 3 stuff. We'll see though.
Yeah, so we'll see in a second if he does get invited to our interview here. If not, we'll find a way to bring him in. But yeah, while he gets here, maybe we can talk a little bit about how this race went. I gotta say though, besides that really unfortunate start for Durs, most of the remaining race was fairly close, I'd say. If not for that unfortunate start for Durs, this might have been an even closer race.
Yeah, he just, yeah, that start was pretty mean for Dirts. Just not getting the... Like, you'd think with an Espeon that that it would work out. But it just didn't work out that way. And Ergotae found the King Lemaine with 2 good physical moves, and that helped out, and that just helped him out a lot for quite a long time. Dirts just didn't find it. Or anything great, really. I think that Politoed's got some pretty sweet DV.
Wow, yeah, Politoed is pretty insane. Yeah, that early deficit did lead Thirst to make some interesting decisions, like heading to Mountain Mortar before doing anything in Extreme, and that was a bit of a promising path for Thirst with the early Storm Badge, but in the end, he ended up having to do all the checks that Ergotae did, so that sort of neutralized any possible lead that he could have gotten from that early Storm Badge.
Yeah, Dirts probably needed a... Well, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say that he needed a better main off Cycling Road, because he got a Sludge Bomb, Crobat, and then Air Blast to it. It did take him a while to catch, I guess. And it's not been bad. It's, yeah.
So, yeah, I think, considering all that, Dirt still played pretty well.
And we're joined by Ergotae now. Congrats on your Game 1 win, Ergotae.
Thanks. That was something.
Yeah, you kind of, it's one of those last location ones, races again, really, for you.
Yeah. I kind of figured I would be behind, to be honest. That start was not great.
Well, your start was not great, but it was better than Dirt's start, I'll tell you that. You switched to the Kingler, which ended up being pretty big for you because Dirt stayed with the Espeon, and he had to kind of switch off it on what was it? The Elder had something for him.
The Elder had a Mareep with Crunch.
That's right.
Oh.
Yeah, the Reap was Crunch.
And
So
then,
then he
of course,
so then he
Hair
switched
Cross
to
with Mega Horn on Faulkner's stream as well.
Yeah, he didn't end up getting to that with Espeon because he switched to the level 15 Rock Smash Horsey before that. So yeah, that's how Dertsa's start went.
Yeah, okay. I can understand now how I was ahead. But if I run Kingler again, someone needs to yell at me.
I mean, to be fair, it wasn't too bad for you, really. There was the Togetic was a problem, but besides that, it was all right.
I guess. And I mean, might be that there wasn't anything better anywhere either. So who knows?
What was the
But
best thing we saw?
On Dertsa's side, we did see a fair few runnable-looking Pokemon on 29. We didn't know the movesets, of course, but we saw Ho-Oh, we saw Victory Bell, we saw... There was something else good, I can't remember what it was.
I remember there was a Golduck, and then...
Golduck was alright, yeah.
There's an Arcanine as well, I think that was...
Yeah, that's right, Arcanine was there too. We saw a fair few good stuff. I don't think you saw any of those, Ergotae, on your side, but...
I think I saw like Velosom and something. I don't know.
We saw Sunflora on your side.
Oh, Sunflora, yeah.
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 Yeah, and I think this is the first time this tournament we've seen. I've seen a full odds shiny as well. Congrats Ergotae on that shiny Shelder.
Yeah, I was tempted to catch that. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I would have liked to seen it, but I guess
Maybe if this was group stage or something, I might have. First full odds shiny for me.
Might be the first one in the tournament, because I don't remember seeing one in the races I've seen, personally, so... But yeah, that was a highlight moment for this race. And
Yeah.
First found the rainbow badge, so he's maybe gonna try... Yeah, he might try to at least try red before he decides to forfeit and come over to the interview here.
yeah, I mean he's not far away. Certainly a reason why not. Were you tempted to like do an earlier main switch off the Kingler at all, Ergotae?
Yeah, I thought about it. That's why I didn't do Lighthouse the first time, as it was in Olivine. I was debating whole boat ride if I want to main switch or not.
Yeah, because yeah, it kind of looked pretty clear you weren't going to after you flew from Vermilion Port.
Yeah.
But you know, it worked out for you with that fantastic Politoed switch.
Yeah. If I had Sweets and I might have looked at the port, but didn't feel like grinding for encounters there.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Dirts did end up losing quite a lot of time going for... He had pretty bad catch luck. Just a lot of things just didn't go Dirts' way this race, but you know, certainly not to take away from the way you rated Ergotae.
I wasn't really happy, to be honest, with my... Especially early. It was sloppy, but...
Yeah, considering that still, 239 for...
Yeah, this would
Which
have
is
been
almost-
pretty good 100% time.
That's
Even if
pretty
you
much
thought
100%
was
speed.
required.
So...
Yeah, you can't call it 100% without the Elite Four. Come on, don't.
I had E4 and Chuck left after Dragon's Den.
Oh yeah, that's right. All of Rocket was bait. I loved it.
Yeah.
It was just like you didn't have to do any of the rockets in the hideout. You didn't have to do the rockets in the radio tower. You didn't
Yeah.
have to. Be
Oh,
the
you
Alex of Claire was locked
you
in
have to do
Archmage,
the
but-
radio tower to get to Claire.
Oh, okay. Well, all right, fine, I suppose. Okay, I guess in that case it wasn't quite bait, but in terms of straight items from these places, it was, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, that Politoed was pretty good. I don't really like running Politoed, but I mean Thunderbolt Surf. Like,
Yeah, you didn't really run across a whole lot of grass types in
Yeah.
the end. I only remember one in Erica's gym. There might have been others, but if they were, I don't think they would pose much of a problem.
pretty good DVs too.
Yeah, geez, no kidding.
I wonder what my Kingler. I guess Kingler had zigzag attack too. So where was this Crobat?
Yeah, the Crobat was on Cycling Road.
Okay.
Just didn't have Surf at the time when he went to Kanto, because he went straight to the right at Ergotae and got the Storm badge, and then just went
Yeah.
directly to Kanto after that.
Yeah, I would have done that too if I'd gone there first.
Yeah, but it was a bit unfortunate for Dirts that he only had 3 balls and just, yeah, things wouldn't get in the ball for a while.
Yeah, he was YOLO balling, I assume.
Yeah, like Horsey was not really surviving a whole lot.
Yeah, I guess not.
Yeah, and that rival in Azalea was not really doing any favors either, even though it was a different rival. Because he picked the Magneton, he got the Electabuzz on the rival, which had Zap Cannon, so that was not fun for him either.
I didn't even consider that. Yeah, that would have been pretty bad.
Yeah, but looks like Dirts was able to finish here. Oh, the Crobat with only 1 attack in DV. Well, I guess it's a female Crobat, so it makes a bit more sense, but a little bit unfortunate. So yeah, maybe we'll have Dirts on the interview here soon. I guess while we're waiting for him, I'm kind of curious. I noticed that you skipped Chuck. Was there any particular reason that you decided to skip Chuck after doing Whirl Islands?
What did I find in Whirl Islands? I found something there that I wanted to check, and then I decided that Claire was better check.
It was Mystery Egg in Whirl Islands.
Yeah, Claire had 5 items and Chuck only 3, so I was kind of going for item density.
Yeah, I mean, when you have 1 item left, a lot of it does come down to just there's not it can kind of just be which item. It was just it can kind of come down to a bit of a gut feeling at that point, really. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand both plays, but I decided to do Claire, and that paid off.
Yeah. Yeah, just watching these races is really interesting to see where the runners have like different thoughts. Do they go for Chuck or do they go for Claire in that particular situation? And that's sort of what makes these races really exciting to watch. And welcome to the interview, Dirts.
Hello.
Commiserations to you, but you put up a very good race considering that really bad early start.
I had a terrible start. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we could there's so many things we can list as to what went wrong. I guess we can, I guess we can start with that Mareep forcing you out of Sprout Tower.
Once I saw that, I was like, there's no way I can win this.
and then it was like, I think you smashed like 5 or 6 rocks before you got an encounter, and then it was a Horsey, and you didn't see this, but Faulkner's level 9 Heracross had Mega Horn, so it's a darn good thing you switched off the Espeon before you came across that. Yeah. And then you had I think the Apom on the Rocket hit all 5 Mega Kicks, and I mean, it was just and then you had terrible catch on the Crobat. It was just I
only had 3 Pokeballs, and they were just not good. The Crobat was good, but it just took so long to get there, and I don't know. I felt like I was behind, so I did Nuggets early. I don't know if I did that before Ergotae did, but
probably that was like my last check at that point.
And I was like, oh, this is the. Then I got strength. I was like, all right, this is the key I needed, and it was not the key I needed. So, yeah. Vanilla Rainbow badge, huh?
Yeah, that's right. did end up kind of leading you a little bit away from or away from Erica for a while. Although you know, it's not like you left her to the end or anything.
At that point, it's like, there's so many checks, you just got to pick the right ones, and
Yeah.
you don't always make the right picks. So
Yeah, but it was kind of closed for a while, I guess, and then it just opened up completely after Strength into Whirlpool. So still no Elite Four though. I guess that's where Red Scale would have been. I don't know.
Or an Man Silver, but yeah, that's the one key item we did not find.
what checks did you skip, Ergotae?
Shock, E4, and the rest of Dragon's Den after Marsh Patch.
Okay. What did you run?
So I found a Kingler on 36 and forced that through Tin Tower and switched to the Snorlax.
Yeah, I saw a Thunderbolt, but
Yeah.
I decided to just stay what I was on. So
I think it went to your PC at the time, so
yeah, that.
Oh,
was
okay.
part of the
yeah.
makes
So that was
sense.
like another. Yeah, I noticed that, and I thought that was probably another reason why you just decided to stick with Crobat, which
Yeah.
was already good. Like with Sludge Bomb and Aeroblast, that's probably the best you can ask for on a Crobat.
Yeah, maybe Drill Peck, but
Maybe
yeah.
Drill Peck, yeah, but Aeroblast is a close second.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were like hoping for anything in particular for a fourth move because he kept Razor Leaf to the end.
Not really. I mean, I could have taught Thunderbolt, I guess, but I don't know. It didn't really matter. Like Sludge Bomb, Aeroblast, Jump Kick is fairly good coverage, I think.
Yeah,
So,
it's pretty good. Like, I guess, only problem would be those physical walls, but
yeah,
you still got
I
through them
guess-
fine.
Yeah, like Steelix still can hit super effective, but it is kind of rough. Man, that start though, that was so bad.
Yeah, that's probably what did it really overall. Just that horrible start for you. But yeah, this is only game one, of course. We potentially have 2 more games in this set. The next one being on Sunday, I believe, at 1 p.m.
1
Eastern.
p.m. Yep.
Yep, same time as today's race.
Yeah. And that one will be commentated by Snowbear and Trekkums.
Yep, that's the only race we got scheduled so far. We've only got these 2 semi-finals, so we're coming to the end of this tournament. But yeah, there's still a little bit more to go. Still more potential for those sweet Elite Four seeds I've been craving. Yeah, that's that's about all I have to say for this race. Any final words from either of you two?
Nothing from me.
Nope. I guess thanks for commentating, guys.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah, well, thanks for racing. I had a good time watching and looking forward to the next one. I will be awake for it, so that's nice. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks to my co-commentator Wingy.
Thanks to you as well, Garth.
Yeah, thanks very much. And thanks to SpeedGaming for hosting. And we will see you all next time. Goodbye.
Yep, goodbye. We'll see you again soon.